Was this you? Hey, you do the first 10 problems, I'll do the last. We'll put them together and we'll just teach each other the separate parts. Hey, we have to do this poster in like 10 minutes. You do the coloring, you do the cutting, and I'll write the words. Many hands make light work, right? But I could guess what you're thinking. Does everyone actually learn something when you divide and conquer? And here's another twist. We're not working on a poster. We're not working on a physical poster, but we're going to work on a digital PowerPoint. I'll answer this question in a little bit, but I'm going to speak more about what digital tools exist out there to do all this. Today, I am introducing the world of Google Classroom and Haiku Learning, serving as online classrooms or supplemented blended learning. Wait, so hold on. What is blended learning? It's not education with a margarita. Blended learning uses technological tools and digital platforms like chat rooms and video games alongside the traditional teaching methods like lectures, whiteboards, and face-to-face discussions. It's a blend of the old and the new. I recently read a Huffington Post article. It said, according to 2013 Keeping Pace report, more than 3/4 of districts across the country offer some online or blended options. That was 3 years ago, so you can imagine how many schools offer digital classrooms or actually have students online. With all these schools offering blended learning, why is it so important? What digital platforms do teachers even use? What are the virtual classrooms? Features of Google Classroom and Haiku Learning create effective blended learning environments. Talking about this, I will periodically define similarities and differences of both platforms for the sake of discussing a singular term. I want to discuss the virtual classroom or the online classroom. I will discuss the pros, the cons, and my own reactions of online classrooms. Imagine every student had a small laptop handy. As a teacher, you would like to give a formative quiz about what they read last night. Can you get that survey in less than 5 minutes? Well, with Google Classroom, you can. Google Incorporated explains, Classroom is a new tool in Google Apps for education that helps teachers create and organize assignments quickly, provide feedback efficiently, and easily communicate with their classes. Let's continue to talk about some good points of this tool. Like any classroom tool, or any tool for that matter, it makes life more efficient, more easy. Getting things done quickly and easily is the goal. We try to minimize the wastes of time. According to eLearning Industry, a website online which helps educators understand technology for free, says there are several Google Classroom advantages. Procedures of turning in assignments are efficient, the article says. In Google Classroom, you can easily check who has submitted their assignment and who is working on it, as well as offer your feedback immediately. Here, as a teacher, wouldn't you like to survey groups of students more efficiently? Next, the article says, Google Classroom gives you the opportunity to offer your online support to learners right away. This means that feedback becomes more effective, as fresh comments and remarks have bigger impact on learners' minds. So here as a teacher, wouldn't you like to quickly give affirmations and constructive criticism as much as possible? Yeah, definitely. So and finally, one last good point about this is about the digital tool and its lack of paper. Okay, so submitting Word, submitting PowerPoint, or anything processed, it's all paperless. So why don't we submit something that's paperless? Reading handouts or directions does not have to be on paper anymore. Besides, once read, these documents are usually trashed anyway. Even though there are a list of good things about Google Classroom, we must talk about the bad. The following are points which reveal the not-so-good things about Google Classroom. First, what are the risks? As teachers, we can get ourselves into trouble. Initially, there are editing problems with Google Classroom. Explained here in an article, when you create an assignment and you distribute it to learners, learners become owners of the document and they are allowed to edit it. That means they can delete any part of the assignment they want, which could cause problems, even if it happens accidentally. When everyone works on the project, isn't that a good thing? Well, yes and no. Remember how to discern collaboration and teamwork? Are editing problems the only problem here. Opportunities for cheating also arise. Because of this, teachers should be expertly careful about an assignment's author. Teachers should expertly explain collaboration versus cheating. For example, Google Docs supports many authors who can actually type at the same time. This could be really productive. Microsoft Word supports only one author, so in the end, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets could help students in cooperative learning, but introduce opportunities for academic dishonesty. How can this tool change your life? Let's talk about some reactions. When I ask students about haiku learning, they unanimously love a central idea. We could check into assignments. It seems students like a centrally located place for the assignments. It seems students like to take a look at what's going on. They like to see what's due. They like to check their grade. They like to see feedback. So from a student's perspective, it is very convenient. Also, Google Classroom and Haiku Learning share the same principle of releasing grades. They share the same thing of giving feedback. They make classroom announcements. How does virtual learning benefit parents? While grades are effective for knowing classroom achievement, there can be other forms of feedback critically important for parents. Google introduced something in 2014 to help parents. A Forbes contributor talked about it, saying, using Google Classroom, teachers now share summaries of student work directly with the parents. After accepting an invite from the teacher, parents can keep abreast of how their children are performing on a daily or weekly basis. It sounds like these summaries are just a great idea. Now, a teacher can quickly type up and send examples of students' work directly to parents who might be busy working professionals of the digital age. So when I see this, it is like we have finally bridged the real world with the school world. So what are my thoughts? What are my predictions for the future virtual classroom? Well, this is funny. It's funny because I will submit this very assignment to a virtual classroom. I will see feedback through the virtual classroom. I will see my grade through the virtual classroom. I will expertly watch other TED Talks in this virtual classroom. Is this true representation of a virtual classroom effective? Well, when I think about it, yes. How many times did I check the assignment's requirements through our virtual classroom? How many times did I reference the e-rubric? How many times did I take advantage of this word processing? A lot. From my own perspective, this teaching tool is superb. I'm going to leave you with my own answer to that first question I asked you. Was this you? Did you put things together in a project and work with others? Yes. Yes, I myself did. I developed a professional engineering proposal and presentation for clients using Google Docs and using Google Slides when the technology just started. In training, my team and I literally put our heads together in order to develop something magnificent. Collaboration was on fire. From a bird's eye view, we simultaneously worked on paragraphs, we worked on diagrams, we worked on charts, and explained all over a single document. Efficiency was on fire. We needed a tool, and this program was the one. As teachers, we have similar capabilities with Google Classroom or Haiku Learning. As teachers, we can now not only encourage the tool's use, but give grades, give feedback, and ultimately effectively teach students.